How do you perform Hafrashat Challah during challah baking? Imagine turning a simple baking moment into a meaningful mitzvah that connects you to thousands of years of tradition. When you bake challah at home, you have a special opportunity to perform Hafrashat Challah, a commandment with deep roots in Jewish history. It's a beautiful way to bring spirituality into everyday life and involve your family in meaningful practices. First, you start with your dough. Mix your flour and liquids thoroughly and knead until smooth. The mitzvah applies when your dough contains at least 2.2 pounds, which is roughly 1.2 kilograms of flour. If you are making multiple batches, combine all the dough together before you start the separation. This ensures the commandment applies to the total amount of flour used. Timing is important. You want to separate the challah after kneading but before shaping or baking the dough. The dough should still be whole and not divided into loaves yet. This way, you are fulfilling the mitzvah at the right moment. Next, if your dough contains enough flour, you can recite the blessing. Say it in Hebrew or in your own language, but make sure you understand it. The blessing is, "Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us to separate challah." This blessing makes the act a special spiritual moment. Now take a small piece of dough, about the size of an olive, called a kezes. This is the challah portion. As you separate it, declare aloud, "This is challah." It's a simple phrase but carries great significance, linking your act to the ancient temple times when priests received challah as a gift. The separated piece is not eaten. Instead, it is traditionally burned. Wrap it in foil and carefully burn it in the oven or broiler. If you burn it inside the oven, make sure no other food is baking at the same time to avoid contamination. This act symbolizes offering the challah to God, just as it was done in the temple. For home bakers, it's helpful to keep the dough touching during separation if you are dividing it into several bowls. Also, the main liquid in the dough should be water for the mitzvah to apply. If your flour is less than about 10 cups, some people choose to perform the separation without a blessing or skip it altogether. You can say El Hafrash Challah or El Hafrash Terumah, both phrases meaning to separate challah. The key is to do it with intention and turning a routine baking task into a meaningful mitzvah. Teaching children about Hafrashat Challah during baking is a wonderful way to pass down Jewish traditions. Let them measure, recite the blessing, and handle the challah piece. This makes the act lively and memorable, turning home baking into a family ritual that nurtures both spiritual and practical life.